Hello, everyone, and welcome once again. I am JT, aka the Master, and this is For No Reason Fantasy Football. You see it behind you. We got a great show in store for you today. It may not be a hour-long show, but it's going to just give you some information about what's going to take place next week. The Super Bowl is over. We're in what we're not officially in it, but it's on its way into the 2024 season. Okay. I talk about fantasy football 365 days a year. And on a leap year, 366. It is what it is. Okay. But next week is the NFL Combine. Okay. Where offensive linemen, defensive linemen, tight ends, wide receivers, and the like come together in one place, which is in Indiana, in Indianapolis Stadium, and display their wares, display what they can do or what they want to do or what they can do best in a short time that they have in Indianapolis. Okay. The first day or Thursday, I think it's offensive lineman, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just pull this up, and I'll tell you in a minute what's going to take place, and then we go from there. But let me just bring this up, and then we'll talk some more. We'll talk some more. All right. NFL Combine. Let's get the schedule out. Full list. And let's get the schedule out. And we'll go this way and see what happens. And what's going to happen is that's not the right one. Quite naturally, it's quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and the like. And let me just do this. Okay. I apologize for that. I don't know what the heck happened. Did it again. I apologize. I'll get myself together here. And what's going to happen is this, people. Schedule is on Thursday. They start coming in right early part of this week. But they actually start doing drills and whatever else on the field, and what's going to be telecast starting Thursday, which would be the defensive linemen and linebackers. That starts at 3 o'clock on the 29th, last day in February. On Friday is a defensive backs and tight ends. This is a different scenario because most times it's defensive backs and the like are on the last part of the combine. This is completely different. This is more this makes more sense. Okay. The reason I'm saying is this because I told you about the defensive linemen and linebackers that on Thursday. Okay. Then on Friday we have defensive backs and the tight ends. Okay. And then Saturday. This is the showcase, people. In my opinion, this is the showcase. That what they're going to do on Saturday is the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. Hello? All on one day, starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday. They'll be basically, in my opinion, they're in prime time. And I'm not talking about 7, 8 o'clock. We're talking about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're on prime time. So for you fantasy football players, that deal in offense, this is the offense that you're going to see, other than tight ends, which is going to be showcased on Friday. 1 o'clock. Quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. Not necessarily in that order. Whatever they roll out, it tells me it's quarterback, wide receivers, and running backs. Now, I'll let you know this, okay? I'll let you know, give you a clue here. And I'm going to be talking about the wide receivers. I'm going to be talking about running backs. But neither one. I shouldn't say neither one. Running backs. Now, you had over the few years, not every year, but last year you had 2 running backs go in the first round. 2 running backs go in the first round. I don't perceive a running back going in the first round. I think a running back is going to be taken second day of the draft, third day of the draft. That's where I see the running backs being taken. We all know, and not me, because I'm not one of them. We all know that running backs are being devalued. They're basically an afterthought. But people want those running backs to set the tone of the offense in all these teams. Play action, get the ball out of your hands, disrupt the defensive flow. So you run the football. Look at Chris McCaffrey. Look at Jamar Gibbs. Look at Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley. Can I go on? These are game changers. These are playmakers that make a difference. But it's being devalued, and devalued in some eyes. Let me put it that way. Not mine, because I've always loved running backs. Still love running backs, and we're going to talk about running backs in a minute. About 5 of them. 5 of them. We'll talk about 5 of them. Okay, just to start it off. I mean, let me put it this way. We're talking about the top 5 estimated running backs right now. Kyren Williams. Come on, man. Really? I'm just saying. There's some running backs out there that are going to make a name for themselves that we haven't heard of or not talked about enough. That's a fact. That is always, every year, there's at least one running back that's not talked about that makes a name for himself. Kyren Williams was the one last year. One of the ones last year. Okay? Just the name. Someone. And we're going to be talking about the running backs first off. And then we're going to be talking about the wide receivers. But like I said, the NFL Combine, and let me finish this off by, I'm not going to dismiss these guys because they're very important, especially in fantasy. The offensive linemen are on display on Sunday, all by them little selves, not so little, but all by themselves. At 1 o'clock on Sunday, offensive linemen. So let me recap before I move on. On Thursday, they start doing their thing. The players that are trying to get into the league start doing their thing. Thursday, 29th at 3 o'clock, defensive linemen and linebackers. On Friday, March 1st, you believe it? This is the beginning of March. Defensive backs, tight ends. On Saturday, this is must see, in my opinion, must see TV. Okay, you got quarterbacks. You heard all about these quarterbacks that are going to be taken in the first few picks. Quarterback needy teams. You heard about that. If you watch football and you pay attention, to that, then you know that these quarterbacks are going to be looked at and scrutinized up and down. Wide receivers and running backs also. Starting at 1 o'clock on Saturday. On Sunday, 3 o'clock. At Sunday, March 3rd. March 3rd. Wow. Offensive lineman. That caps it off for the players that are going to be showcased in the combine. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. And it's to me, we're going to be doing the FSP show, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon next week. Okay, Mr. FSP is the host. I will be the co-host. And we'll be talking about this. We'll be talking about quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. Now, we may not get all the players in the show that we are going to have, but we'll be talking about them, okay? And I'm interested to see. I'm really interested to see. Not so much the quarterbacks, but the wide receivers and the running backs. The much ballyhooed, the much hyped up Marvin Harrison Jr. And the like, and the running backs. And there's no, I shouldn't say no, but there is not one running back that is projected to go in the first round. Okay. And we're going to talk about running backs. Okay. We're going to talk about running backs in this class of 2024. And that's what we're going to bring about right now. We're going to bring about right now about what's going to happen with these running backs. And I'm going to bring out my list of running backs. And then we'll go from there. Okay? We'll go from there with the running backs, but because I'm anxious to see and I do like some running backs. The top 2 running backs that I have listed here are I'm interested to see where they wind up, because it's important. It's really important where these players wind up. Extremely. Is it a quarterback or a running back or a wide receiver friendly team that these teams are going to get drafted to? That's key. That's key. Are they going to be able to showcase their talents completely, or is it going to be stymied by the coaching staff or the coaching? You got to believe that some of these players are going to be in that situation. Unfortunately for them. And you saw it with several players last year, unless the coaching changed, and then that player got a chance to showcase his wares. But you saw it in how can I say, you saw it in how one coach knows how to use or get the best talent out of a player versus another coach that may not know what to do with the player or how to use him properly to benefit his team. Just because they get paid millions of dollars, and I'm talking about coaches, get paid millions of dollars to make those choices, doesn't mean that they make the right choices. Plain and simple. And I got to think that you got to think that I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to do two things at once, and it's not working out. But bear with me. And you got to think that um, bear with me because I'm almost done here, and then I'll give you the full 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 attention. All right, people, we got it. We got it. All right, all right. So let's talk about running backs, and let's talk about the top 5 running backs that I see that are probably going to be taken off the board. Maybe not necessarily in this order, but this is the order that I have right now, and I want to bring that out. Bring that out to you right now, and let's show this. Okay, as you can see, I have 5 running backs. Okay, number 1 is a junior out of Texas. Texas is making. You know what? Let me tell you something, people. My favorite college at one point was Georgia. Georgia, DeAndre Swift, Todd Gurley, and the like. Okay. For running backs. Well, that's doubled up now. How about Georgia? And how about Texas? That number 1 guy you see sitting there, he's out of Texas. Guess who else was out of Texas? Bijan Robinson. Guess who else was out of Texas? Roschon Johnson. And you're going to say, who? Remember that name. Remember that name. Roschon Johnson. I have mentioned him multiple times last season. But he could be, and I'm just saying he could be a breakout player is for the second year. He could be. Okay. Maybe in the future, when I talk about players that I like that are second year players breaking out, he could be one of those. just a heads up. I'm just telling you. So Texas is starting to push out running backs. And let me talk to you about this, Mr. Jonathan Brooks. He's right in my wheelhouse, people. 6 feet. I told you I like him 5'10" and above, up to 6'2", maybe 6'1", somewhere around there. I told you I like him over 200 pounds. Well, this kid is 6 feet. He is over 200 pounds, and he's a real gem, in my opinion. He's a real gem. Okay, let me just give you a summary of what I see. He's a 3-down back, in my opinion. Okay, 3-down back, workhorse back. Okay, multifaceted athlete. Was in football and basketball. As a junior, he is a junior. Last season, 11 games for Texas. He ran for 1,135 yards and 187 attempts with 6.1 yards per carry, with 10 touchdowns in 11 games, with 1 fumble. As a receiver, he added 25 receptions for 286 yards. He has tight, sudden feet, excellent start-stop ability, enabling him to deftly manipulate oncoming tacklers. Exhibits impressive contact balance and an ability to contort away from tackles, making him a challenge to contain. Displays growing confidence in his ability to tackle, contributing to his status as one of the most elusive backs in college football. Sells play action very well, shows a deep knowledge of offensive schemes. As a receiver, Brooks shows clean hands and impressive catch radius, capable of making off-target receptions. His agility and vision make him a consistent threat, particularly when getting outside against the defensive backs. Brooks has shown all the versatility and foot speeds necessary for zone concepts and the physicality for downhill running in a vertical scheme. And let me put it this way, people. Player comparison. This is player comparison. And I'm going to be Bijan Robinson, James Cook, and Javonte Williams. 6 foot 202. Oh, baby. Really? I don't know what they're doing in Texas, but this is prime time, in my opinion. Prime time. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got hurt. Hopefully he recovers back from what happened. But if he's fully healthy, you just heard my comparisons. And I'm loving the 2 out of the 3 comparisons. Javonte Williams and Bijan Robinson. And Bijan Robinson was playing last year or year before. Hello. Now we got Jonathan Brooks coming out of Texas. Okay. My next guy, as you can see, and I like this kid too. We're talking about Trey Benson. 6'1", 223. Big boy. 6'1", 223. Okay. Coming from Greenville, Mississippi. Country strong. You heard me talk about that. You don't hear me talk about that often, but that's country strong. Okay. Excellent long speed, consistently finding extra gears to outpace defenders. Notable burst and acceleration, particularly effective in downhill runs, demonstrates serious strength and balance, and uses his frame to run aggressively. With 223, that's 6'1", you should be able to do that. Consistent improvement in vision, especially noticeable over 2 seasons as a starter. Good skills as a pass catcher with natural receiving abilities. Now, I've always said this. These backs coming out now are at the very least, these top backs coming out now at the very least are dual threat backs. Meaning being catch the ball and quite naturally do what their skill set is, running the football. It's a premium. It's elite stuff if you are able to pass protect. That means you're a 3-down back. That means you don't come out of the game. Only take a breath or breather. That's all. Only take a breather. You don't come out of the game. And that's what you want. Somebody that's going to be in the whole game for the most part. Good skills as a pass catcher with natural receiving abilities. Shows explosive downhill capabilities and lateral agility to evade defenders. Exhibits improved understanding of angles and blocking on block following. Has good, not great hands. Okay, he's got good hands. He doesn't have hands of bricks. Let me put it that way. He doesn't have hands of bricks, but he can catch the football. Which is good. That's what you want. Okay? Weaknesses. Now, I didn't give the weakness for the Jonathan Brooks, but I'm going to give the weaknesses here. Limited hip flexibility, affecting his ability to maneuver in open spaces. Often seeks contact, leading to potential overexposure to hits. Now, that's a problem, okay? You want to be able to lay a hit on somebody. Now, that can lead to injury. You want to be able to evade tacklers, okay? Needs development and pass protection, currently below average. That's coaching, people. That's coaching and a willingness to do it. Okay. May not be effective in more complex running routes at the NFL level. Okay. He's a basic route runner. Okay. Serious injury history that will need to be checked out. Benson tore his anterior cruciate ligament, medial collateral ligament, lateral meniscus, medial meniscus, and another tendon. Okay. So he has some injury history. He should be the one that not is looking at contact, trying to avoid contact. Okay. 6'1", 223. Right in my wheelhouse, people. Right in my running back wheelhouse. Okay. Then that was number 2. Number 3, we're talking about a running back that is from the national champions, Blake Corum. Okay, Blake Corum. And let's talk about Blake Corum. And let me see if I can get him up here. Oh, here we go. He's a senior. He's on the slight side. He's on below my threshold of running backs. He's at 5'8", 213, and he's a senior. Okay. Let's talk about Blake Corum. Okay. Elite gym numbers with 30 reps at 225. 3-cone and shuttle times underline a rare combo of power and twitch. Okay. Shows an innate feat for the game. Presses the line of scrimmage effectively. Frequently getting to the second level with nuanced vision. Slippery and tight spaces. Utilizes jump cuts and stick and move agility to shake tacklers and find daylight. Plug and play versatility. Fluid in both zone and power scheme, flashing adaptability for OCs to capitalize on. Leg churn and pad level are on point. Often makes first tackler miss and can drop his shoulder to finish runs. Compact. Now, I tell you, he's 5'8". Compact, but stout frame makes him a challenge in open space. Defenders often resort to arm tackles, which he consistently runs through. This is I wouldn't say a bowling ball, but he's he's wound tight. Maybe not in flexibility, but he's wound tight as in muscularity. Home run ability, hits the hole with the burst and has the juice to stack yards in chunks. Forces safety to take bad angles. Business decisions. Safety make business decisions. Do they want to tackle this guy? Do they want to go up against this guy? Don't sleep on his size. Those sub 6 foot, his pound for pound explosiveness and wiggle can provide mismatch opportunities at the next level. His weaknesses, durability, are evident. While not overtaxed with carries and calls, the season-ending knee injury in 2022 is a cautionary note. Teams may shy away from viewing him as a bell cow back due to health concerns. Yeah, he's 5'8". He's 213, 5'8". Okay. Pass pro is a chink in the armor. While he showcases a favorable low center of gravity, he's raw in picking up blitz assignments. Needs to sharpen his football IQ to square up against savvy NFL linebackers and defensive ends in protection schemes. Now, to me, he's a change the pace back. Change the pace back. He's not used for pass protection. He ain't a 3-down back. He's a change the pace back. That's how I see it. Okay, receiving chops need fine tuning to become a genuine dual threat. He must widen his route tree, extending beyond the flats and checkdowns. Cleaning up folks' drops is paramount for third down situations and gaining trust in high leverage moments. I still say he's the third down back. While he boasts a compact and stout frame, he doesn't bring the thump as a runner. Lacks the hammering power in goal line stands. Questions loom about his home run capability given the absence of elite breakaway speed, hinting at a potential committee back role at the pro level. That's how I see him. 5'8". He's go in and spell the starter type of guy. Okay, gets a few carries in here and there. That's how I see him. Okay, that's how I see him. All right, let's move on to number 4, which would be, hold on, people. Hey, come on. My computer's acting up here. Which would be, as you see him, it would be, come on. Mr. Irvin. Mr. Irvin. As you can see. I apologize. I really apologize here. I don't know what's going on with my computer now. But this is not cool at all. Not cool at all. And oh, God. God. I apologize, people. I really apologize. You know what? God. All right, people. As you see my 5. And it would be on running backs that I want to showcase here. And I can't get a break here. Can't get a break on what I'm trying to do here. God. Now, I was working okay, but now it's not. Now it's not. All right, you see my my dilemma. I have a few running backs and all right, people. I gotta get out of here because I got to take a break, and it looks like my computer also is not going to cooperate. I'm going to cut this show short, and we'll talk about other things next week. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the week, and I'm out of here.